Boss fam, how dare my audience, I can't believe you guys watch my videos, clearly you don't watch them all the way through, and are getting stiffed by clients. How are you doing work for people and not getting paid? I don't understand how that happens, and you are also a member of my audience. That upsets me. I hate that. Small businesses cannot afford to get stiffed. That's not a chance that we can take. That can put us out of business. That whole net 30 bull, whatever, that doesn't work for us. I'm sorry. For people starting off, no net 30. No more of that, no net 30, no not getting paid up front, because we can't afford to get stiffed. If you get a big deal where you need 15 or 10 employees, whatever, even 8 employees, and you don't have a whole lot of clientele to buffer that, and then you work for 30 days, and then 30 days after that with this net 30 thing, and you don't get paid, that can kill your business, especially if sales aren't coming in, especially like, and they're not in the beginning. That can really, really hurt your business and maybe even put you out of business, which is what we do not want to happen. And that should not be happening to people in my audience. So that is what we are talking about today, because I do not want that to be you.
Look, this for all my boss days. Go through your boss days. Loving how you boss, babe. This for all my dreamers and my doers and all the entrepreneurs. Just believe in what you're doing and pursuing them. This for all my boss days. Go through your boss days.
What's up, boss fam? It's your boy DJ the Boss, and I am back with another video. As you can see, I'm a little bit in my feels today about this getting stiffed for work that we do. And I mean, it kind of happens sometimes because we're in an industry, unfortunately, that's a little bit thankless. It's kind of definitely undervalued. Not until COVID, where people really started to say thank you to the cleaners and the people who disinfect the building. They started to actually appreciate us when it seemed like it was life or death. But now that COVID has kind of passed and we're no longer in a pandemic, it's kind of gone right back to the way it was, where people kind of treat us a little bit lesser, have the habit of treating us a little bit lesser. In that, especially smaller companies or people who may not be as confident in their negotiations, tend to get stiffed or kind of stuck out of money or doing work and not getting paid. And now a couple of people, even in my audience recently, have reached out to me. I'm not gonna put you on blast, don't worry, I'm not gonna put your messages on the screen. Some of you have been coming to me and asking me, hey, how do I get money from someone who's not paying? How do I reach out to someone who didn't pay me for a job that I did? Or I worked for X amount of hours, or I worked for X amount of days and they didn't pay me. What should I do? How do I get my money? Do I sue them? What do I do? And to be honest, how I think about it in my head is,
hear me now. You will never get your fucking money back.
that's a loss, especially as a smaller company, especially someone just starting out. If you're anywhere near where I started, which was at $0, just trying to make an income for myself, then you cannot afford for that to happen. You really can't afford for anything to go wrong. Most things have to go right for you to make any progress. So getting stiff for work that you did really sucks. We just can't let it happen. So what do? There's nothing we can do. We can't afford a lawyer to really take them to court unless you spend a bunch of time that you don't have in a law library studying, how to get through a small claims court and get this, whole thing settled out, which is really going to take time away from you growing the business, and it's just not worth it. And if they're a bigger company, they can pretty much just litigate you out of business anyway. So not worth it. Not worth poking a bigger bear. If you got beat, if you got taken that way, then for the most part, you're kind of just gonna have to take that one on the chin. I mean, in other countries, even though it's illegal here, and yes, you probably could win if you fought it, in other countries, that's not how they see it. It's perfectly fine for you to get gypped in other countries, for you to get more or less what we call scammed here in America. In other countries, that doesn't exist. They feel like if someone scammed you, then they did good business. You're just not good at business. You're not good at negotiating if you got scammed. And so I've kind of adapted that mentality. Like, you shouldn't put yourself in that position to get scammed. So get paid up front. I've always gotten paid up front. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not illegal, it's not weird. There's plenty of services and businesses that charge upfront. No one can argue with you about when your bills are due. Plenty of businesses charge at the first of the month, plenty of businesses charge upfront, plenty of businesses do all those things. It's all normal, and we're all making up this business stuff as we go along. You know, the reason why most businesses bill the way they do is because it works for the owner, and then they grew over time and it switched to whatever worked for whoever was running it at the time. So don't let anyone make you feel like you're weird or you're not a real business because you charge however you want to charge. Some of the ways that I've found to get around this whole net 30 or getting gypped or not getting paid is getting paid up front. So you can either just be upfront about it, say, hey, we're taking care of payment for the month or for however much service. I bill at the first of the month for that entire month, and it goes through. But you can also split it up. You can do half and half. You can say I'll bill you for the first half of the month, and then the second half of the month I'll send you another invoice. Or for one-time jobs or short-term jobs, I usually do half up front, 50% deposit to put you on the schedule, and then when the job's halfway done, we bill you for the second half of the job, and we do that, but it's always in advance. At the very, very least, what I do is, especially if it's like a one-time job, like for post-construction, if it's not 50% up front to get on schedule, is we at least take card information up front. So even if we don't charge them on that day, we'll have a credit card on file, and we'll authorize that card for whatever the amount is going to be, or a little bit above, just to make sure that it's going to clear. And then we run the card after the job is done. That is the absolute worst case scenario for me, or something that I would do just starting out. Now I have some wiggle room where I can do some net 15s and some net 30s because there's a little bit of reserves. You know, that's just a luxury that you grow into. I'm not saying, you know, never take net 30s or net 15. In the beginning, I know sometimes you just need something to happen, and if you can, and if you have the money tucked away where you can either pay someone up front to do the job and wait for that profit to come in on the back end, or whether you work that job for however X amount of time it's going to take, whether it's 2 weeks or 30 days for you to get paid, and then you can apply that money to hiring out whoever the employee is or whoever's going to actually be fulfilling the work. And that's a couple ways to go about getting around this whole net 30 or getting gypped or not getting paid for work that you've done. This way you always have, you know, a card on file that you can run, or you've already ran the card and now it's just on you to do a good job. However you want to do it, but just make sure you're not putting yourself in a position where you can be doing work and not getting paid for it. If you want to get help with your business in particular, then there's a link in the description to book a consultation one-on-one with me. We can create a plan step by step to get your business to the next level. Click the link in the description if you want to do a consultation one-on-one and get help with your business. If you don't have a way to present your proposal to your potential clients, then I have a free template, another link in the description for you guys. My gift to you is absolutely free. Just type in your email, download the template. You can customize it to your brand colors. Make sure you replace my pictures with your pictures, and of course fill out all the information and update it to your potential client or whatever your agreement is or whatever your offer is to your client, and it'll look a little bit more presentable, or at least give you ideas for how you can make a template of your own, or make, you know, change it up for yourself, or at least see how proposals look, or maybe it'll just give you an idea of a better way to do proposals for yourself. So my gift to you guys, hope that helps. I hope this video brought you guys some value. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. I love you guys. Keep that boss mentality. Peace.